Good morning. I'm Robert J. Conti III, Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department here in Washington, D.C. I'm here today to talk about an officer-involved shooting that recently occurred here in the 1300 block of Good Hope Road, Southeast. What we know so far is that, and again, this is very preliminary information. What we know so far is that around just before 10 a.m., we received a call for a woman who had been struck with a pipe in the 1300 block of Good Hope Road. Our officers responded to this location. Once they arrived on the scene, they began to canvass for the person involved. A lookout was provided. As the officer was coming up Good Hope Road, walking towards 14th Street, he encountered a person who got inside. As the officer was approaching him, he kind of abruptly got inside into the passenger side of a burgundy vehicle that was parked on the sidewalk, or parked on the street, but on this side of the street. As that person got inside of the vehicle, the officer attempts to make a stop of that person, asks the person to step out of the vehicle, and the person, the subject of the force, that person, he did not get out of the car when at the officer's direction. As they continue to go back and forth, the person is told to stop reaching. The officer's asking the person to get out of the car. He's saying this is just a stop. At some point during the course of this interaction, when the officer's saying stop reaching, stop reaching, stop reaching, a shot is fired and the person is struck. That person has been taken to an area hospital where he is currently receiving treatment for his injuries. As the officers were taking the person out of the car, they handcuffed him, removed him out of the car. The person who was operating that vehicle, we know it was a woman. She drove off. She said, just get out of the car." And then she drove off after the shooting occurred. So I'm appealing to her, please, we really need to talk to you to really kind of understand everything that happened, because we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know if there was a weapon in a car. We don't know that. So far, the only thing that has been recovered, there was a large quantity of drugs that was recovered from the persons of the subject that was involved in the force, but we don't know what else was inside of the car, if it was anything inside of the car. So I really need to have that woman to reach out to us at 202-727-9099. I'm pleading. We really need to talk to you to really put the rest of the pieces together as to what happened here. There were a number of people that were out here as this incident was unfolding with cell phone cameras who were video recording parts of the interaction. So those individuals as well as are witnesses, and we're asking that they come forward. Again, this is all preliminary information just based upon what we've been able to gather so far. I can take any questions, any brief questions that you have, but that's pretty much all we know at this point.
The woman who was the subject of the initial assault, the one they said was assaulted with a pipe, what's her condition?
So she was treated by paramedics, and she is now being interviewed by police.
Was there some relation between them?
We don't know any of that yet. Any other questions?
What is the condition of the individual who was shot?
He's at the hospital right now being treated for his injuries. He's conscious and breathing right now, so we obviously will be working to interview him as well.
Chief, right now, do you have any concerns with the way that the person shot pulled out of the vehicle? Can you talk about it?
Well, it's too early to say that. I mean, it was a stop. The person was non-compliant, and what I saw from the video, as the officer was asking the person to step out of the vehicle, he kept turning like this way. He's seated in the passenger seat. His hands go up. But it's a lot that's going on. What's not happening is he's not getting out of the vehicle. So we'll obviously have to investigate all of that to make a determination whether or not all policies and procedures were followed. But right now, we just want to talk to that person who was operating that vehicle. Next question.
Where was he shot?
Where was the person shot? I don't know where he was shot in the body, sir. Next question. It was a large quantity of drugs. I don't know exactly what it was. It has not been tested yet. It was actually taken off of him by medical professionals as he was being transported to the hospital. Oh, actually, when he got to the hospital, I'm sorry.
The person that was originally assaulted, was this all outside? Was this inside?
It started outside, over here on this side of the street. There was some kind of interaction between her and the individual. She called the police. She said that the person was going back towards the bridge The responding officer was making his way from the bridge up towards 14th Street, where he encountered this person. So we're working through all that. Again, this is very preliminary information. I don't really have anything else to offer. I'll take one other question if there is one other.
Is there a description of the car that you
It's a burgundy four-door. I don't even know what kind of car it is. Do we know what kind of car it is? It's a burgundy four-door Jeep, and it's missing, at least on the back of it, you can see at least the hubcap is missing off the back of it. It's being occupied by a black female. It looked like she has like dreads, but we're working to try to get a hold of her. Again, if she's watching this, 202-727-9099. We really just want to talk to you to find out everything that happened, the person getting in your car, are you guys related, that kind of thing. But our detectives, we really need to talk to her. Thank you very much. That's all I have, folks.